What is up, guys? Clinter here, and today I'm bringing y'all a simple yet comprehensive guide for all your equip needs in Dragon Ball Legends. Now, real quick, I'm going to show y'all my godly equip collection. It's a decent bit, about 300 I believe, and yeah, this is just to show you guys that I know what I'm talking about, at least somewhat. So yeah, let's get right into it and get you guys these equips as well. Alright, so firstly we have to start with how are you able to get these equipments in the first place. So if you see an equipment I'm running or someone else is running and that you want to find, first thing you can do is go to the specific character, see what's on the recommended equipment. You'll be able to see most of their best equipments here, but if you're not able to, you can always back out, go to the equipment archive where you'll be able to see all the equips available. Now, it might be a pain to scroll through and find the equip, but what you can do is try to filter to see what equip you might find for each character. Now, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is a Saiyan. One of the equips I'm running is this one right here. Again, this is just an example, not an optimal build or anything, and you'll be able to see how to get it. Now, I would recommend trying to save your equipment medals, so just go to the stage and start by skipping a bunch of it. You will have to complete the stage first with a bunch of the challenges, but once you're done, you'll be able to do this. Now, how long should you roll for, or what best equipment slot 1 should you roll for? I would recommend rolling for a minimum of 93% on the first slot. Now, that is fairly high and you will have to roll quite a bit for it, but that allows you to guarantee at least have a chance of getting a godly rank on the equipment. And yeah, it'll just help you long term. As you can see here, I wasn't able to get a red slot, but if we take a look at this, 14.15, that is over 93%. So I'll be able to get back and upgrade this as well. Alright, so I did another run and I was able to get a red slot for this equip. Pretty high up, 14.55, I'll take that. And yeah, although I did play the stage for the equip, you can also get equips through exchanging with equip medals, as I said before, or through PvP and various other methods like co-op. So those are all great options as well. I'll be getting to awakened equipment a bit later, but for now, let's upgrade these. So just upgrade all. You want to try to upgrade as many of the equips as you can that are at a good slot. You might get lucky and get a gold or red roll right here, but most of the time you won't. So we have this equip right here. It's not great rolls on the other ones. Now, how far do I want to go? So if we go to re-upgrade and just try to upgrade, we'll be able to see stop on orange or stop on red. I usually go for stop on orange because that's a safe way to upgrade. Going to red is ideal, but you won't always get lucky, and spending that many erasers is not worth it. Alright, so here I was able to get a gold slot pretty quick. Now it isn't high up, but what I'd recommend is on these equips trying to roll for at least a high gold slot before you guaranteed upgrade. Now you can go to the re-upgrade here and click guaranteed upgrade, and you'll be able to see we can spend 30 slot removers and get a guaranteed upgrade, which buffs it by 0.3%. Now, I'd say with most equips, gold equips or even silver ones, you just want to upgrade until you get a higher roll, a 90% plus, and then maybe get into re-upgrading the slot to get a godly rank. Now, with this one, I would continue further rolling till I was maybe able to get over 12%, and then I would consider spending it. But on equips like this one right here, which is the new PvP equip, as well as also in the equipment exchange, this second slot is very difficult to roll on. For most of the time, you'll be rolling values between 10% to 25%, nothing even close to the 35% max. So unless you get very lucky, you want to start guaranteed upgrading a bit early on. So what I like to do is aim for over 85%, so maybe around the 29 to 30% mark, and then start doing guaranteed upgrades. Because if you keep spending erasers to try and get a 33, 34, or 35%, you're going to waste more erasers that way compared to guaranteed upgrading a 30 or 31% slot. So that's pretty much it when it comes to how you should upgrade and what you should guaranteed upgrade on. Alright guys, so let's get into Equipment Awakening now. So you just press this button right here and you can go ahead and see the entire list of awakened equipments right now in the game. So for example, say you want to roll this one right here, just click on it and you'll get into the screen. You do need resources from the Ultra Spacetime Rush, those resources are limited, so you do have to be kind of careful when rolling on these equipment. Now, if you can just go to the how to get, you can quickly exchange for the equips or go to the stage and grind a few of them, as I did. And this is where it kind of gets tough with the resources. You just exchange here, and as you can see, you need 2,000 medals per roll. So gotta be careful. You do not want to end up spending too much on a single equipment. And of course, it also requires these fragments, which you can get through the fragment exchange medals. I would not recommend exchange or using your ultra space-time medals to exchange for those, unless you really need to. But that's pretty much it. Once you have those set up, all you need to do is auto select. It'll select the equipments for you. You might need to upgrade them first, and then you can just roll. Now, usually rolling on awakened equipment is quite tedious, and you won't be able to get a good high slot right away. Now, for this equip, as you can see, it goes up to 20%. To qualify for a godly rank, you need to get at least an 18.6 roll or higher, which can be difficult. So for this one, I would recommend sometimes you just have to take a slightly lower roll, so you can only get the equip to a Z or Z+, but you'll be saving a ton of resources. So unless you really like the unit and the equipment is just absolutely insane, don't go too crazy with the resources here. Okay, so I have to touch on co-op equipment really quick. They are some of the best equipment in the game, and they're fairly tough to prioritize. So let's get into it. Ideally, run the extreme stage here to get the best rewards. And if you go into the rewards, you can see the equipment up for grabs right here. So this is the one that's on for the current stage. It's a pretty good equip, but not the craziest. Again, you can play co-op as much as you want and try to roll for it. If you get lucky, it's nice, but most of the time, that's not how it's going to end up. Some of the better rolls I have gotten is from skipping. You know, you just skip a ton of times. You're quite more likely to get a good roll off of those. But keep in mind, those require Z2 medals that you get from summoning. So again, a little tricky. Now, to get the co-op equips that, you know, were released prior to this, you have to go here and go to the hyperdimensional co-op exchange shop. Now here, if you scroll down, you'll be able to see all the co-op equips that have released since they started doing co-op equips, pretty much. And they require a lot. 50 medals, it's quite a bit, and you earn limited rewards from co-op, so it gets quite tricky to save up a ton of those. Now, you might see a crazy equip. For example, if you're a GT main and you look at this, it's a lot. 10% health, pure offenses as well as base offenses, just extremely good, and you kind of want to roll it. But I would recommend saving, you know, just hoarding up those medals till you reach either 5,000 and then you want to exchange, or till we get an upgrade bonanza. Now, we just had a mega upgrade bonanza, which is one of the better ones that we've gotten. But once you have that, you'll be able to have a better chance at rolling a red slot or a 93% plus first slot. And that way you'll be able to guarantee getting one of these amazing equips to God rank. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about some of the most valuable equipment you can get in the game. So this is related to the Legends ranking, as you can see there. You have to go into the exchange shop yet again, and there we go. Exchange Legends medals for awesome rewards. Now, these equips, I say they're some of the most valuable because they are typing based. So this one's for melee types, gives a ton of strike attack and a bit of strike defense. This one for ranged, pretty much the same. Blast attack version, defense types right there, a lot of stats, and support types. Now, the defense and support types aren't as important, but I'd say the strike and blast variants of the top two equips are very important. Now, it can be difficult to get a high ranking in Legends ranking, but as long as you save up these medals, you just need to exchange a few of them. What I would personally recommend is 2 of these, you know, just get them pretty quick. You are guaranteed a 15% on the first slot, by the way. 2 of these as well for the range types, and then 1 of the defense and 1 of the support type. You can kind of skip those, it's up to you really. Now, when it comes to upgrading these, you will require the 1 slot unlock souls. You can either use the medals, the Legends medals to exchange for those with that, or the racers. Now, it does require 50 racers, but the good part about this is the rates are very high. So you might only need 2 or 3 rolls on each slot to get a 14 or 15% roll. And that pretty much concludes the Legends medals part. Now, let's get into the equipment section that they made specifically for Zenkai characters. First, as you can see, there's the Ultimate Equip Collection, where you can get the unique equipment for either certain tags or specific LFs that are some of the strongest in the game. The standard equipment collection that, you know, we've been rolling the gold and silver equips on, and then equipment battle, as you can see right here. Now, these equips I would not recommend for 90% plus of the player base because they are extremely high investment. And most of the units don't end up being meta or really that great at all. Now, there are some exceptions. The blue cooler is fairly good on LOE, and the green brawly is amazing as well. And yeah, a lot of them are fairly decent, but just extremely high investment. Now, to actually run these stages and roll on them, you will need the character at Friendship Rank 5. Now, I can go into that on a separate video, but once you get the character at Friendship Rank 5, you can just skip them, roll on it, and again, you want that 93% plus on the first slot. Now, the second and third slot on these equips are going to require a lot of erasers or guaranteed upgrades, so yeah, that's another reason why I would just not recommend it for most players in the game. Alright, so this last part is really only for kind of whales and those who have a lot of CC to spare or are just out of slot removers. Now, when it comes to slot removers, there are a lot of sources, but you can run out, especially if there are no raids going on, which is pretty much the best source for it. So if you're trying to get an equipment to godly or just, you know, get a better slot 2 or 3, you can re-upgrade. Well, let's go to this one right here. If you try to re-upgrade, guaranteed upgrade, you can see there's an item slot and there's a chrono crystal slot. Now, if you go back to the item slot, you will see that this requires 100 equipment medals, and those are, limited resource as well. So if you're out of resources, including the erasers and the equipment medals, you could turn to using chrono crystals. Now again, I would not recommend this for a free-to-play player, but you know, sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. Now, you can go for this, get the same exact amount on this. Of course, I'm not gonna do it, but it's another option for certain players. Alright guys, so that's pretty much going to wrap up this guide. Again, I could go on and on, but I want to keep it slightly simple and short. Although I have tried to cover pretty much everything when it comes to how I reroll equips and how you can go about it as well. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more. And good luck on your equip journey as well. Peace.